Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand what interfaces are. Interfaces are similar to the classes with an exception that unlike classes, interface can have only constant member variables and methods will not be having any definition, which means that method in the interface are by default abstract type. An interface is declared using keyword interface. Interface can be written with access modifier, which can be public or default, followed by the interface name. Inside an interface, you can write a method mentioning its return type, its name, and parameter list. The variables are written with variable name and has to be initialized with a value. In this example, you can see that interface A has three methods, method 1, method 2, and method 3, and all these methods do not have any body. Since the method in the interface are implicitly abstract, it means that the keywords abstract need not have to be written before any method. Interfaces cannot be instantiated, which means that no object can be created for them. They can only have reference variables. Interface should be implemented by a class, and using implements keyword, it can be implemented. In the following syntax, you can see that a class can inherit a class using extends keyword, and a class can inherit multiple interfaces using implements clause. And each of this inherited interface has to be separated using a comma. Please note that all the member variables of an interface are public, static, and final, and all the methods of the interface are public and abstract implicitly. Here we can see that class test is inheriting interface A and B together. Class test has to define all the methods that are present in interface A and as well as B. In this example, you can see that interface A has two methods, method 1 and method 2. Interface B has one method, method 3. When the class test implements your interface A and B, it is giving definitions to all the three methods that it is implementing. A class which implements an interface has to implement all the methods declared in an interface. Otherwise, the class has to be declared as abstract. This is called as partial implementation. In this example, you can see that interface A has two methods, display and show. The class XYZ implements interface A and provides definition to only display method. This is why keyword abstract has to be written in the front of class. This shows that if the class do not provide definition to all the methods of the interface, then such a class is called as an abstract class. An abstract class can implement an interface, but it is not necessary to implement all the methods of the interface. Also, an interface can inherit another interface using extends keyword, and all the definitions of methods in the hierarchy has to be defined by a class. In this example, we can see that interface A is inherited by interface B using extend keyword, and class test, which is inheriting interface B, has to provide all the definition of interface A and B, else it has to be declared as abstract. Over here, you can see that class test is giving definition to your display and show method of interface A and show message method of your interface B. Now, when two classes are implementing same interface and giving definitions to interface method, there can be a scenario when one wants to solve the calling of these definitions at runtime. This is done by creating a reference variable of the interface and assigning the object of different classes to this reference variable to decide which definition has to be called. In this example, we can see that we have class split AC and window AC, which is inheriting remote interface. Both these classes give their own definitions to start and stop method of interface remote. Test class, we have created object of split AC and window AC class and a reference variable for remote interface. This reference variable is assigned object of split AC, then the definition of start and stop method of split AC class are executed. When this reference variable is assigned the object of window AC, then the definition of start and stop method of window AC class are executed. An interface can be declared as a member of a class or another interface. Such an interface is called as a member or a nested interface. A nested interface can be declared as public, private, or protected, whereas the top level hierarchy interface, it can only be either public or default. When a nested interface is outside the enclosing scope, it must be qualified by the name of the class or the name of the interface of which it is a member using a dot operator. In this example, we have an interface that is declared in the class. So the class bottom that is trying to inherit this interface A inherits it using the complete hierarchy of where this interface A is present. So over here, top.A describes that in a class top, A is the interface that is present, which needs to be inherited by the class bottom. In class test, we have shown direct method and reference variable method to call the display method of B class, which is inherited from interface A. In direct method, an object of bottom class is made, and with this object, the display method is called. By using the reference variable concept, we have created a reference variable ref of interface A. So please note that over here I have mentioned top.a as interface A lies in the class top. Now this reference variable ref has been binded to the bottom class. So using ref variable, display method is called and will give same output as displayed by the direct method. In this example, you can see I have an interface area. It is having a variable pi, that is float, and two methods are defined as circle of area and rectangle area. Then I'm having a class circle which is implementing this interface area, and I'm giving the definition to both of these methods that are defined in the interface as when I'm going to calculate the area of the circle, I'm going to return the value of pi into r square to calculate the area of the circle. And when I'm going to calculate the area of rectangle, I'm returning the value as 0.0. This is because I am calculating the area of the circle and not calculating the area of rectangle. But since this is a method of an interface, I have to give some definition over here in the class. In the next class, rectangle, this class is also implementing your area interface. Over here itself, I have to give the definition for both the methods that are present in my interface. These are circle area and area of rectangle. So for the first method, CIR area, I'm returning the value as 0.0 because I'm calculating over here the area of rectangle. So in the function or method rectangle area, I am returning the value of r into h, the two values that has been passed. In my class ABC, where I have defined my test method, I have created a reference variable of this interface area. So my reference variable is A. I am defining an object of my circle class as C. And in the next statement, I have binded this object C to my reference variable A. So now when I call my circle area method using this reference variable, the value that will be printed for this class circle. Means a value of pi r square will be returned, which will be equals to 3.14 into 10.5 whole square. So the answer that will be printed will be area of circle is this value. In the next, I have created an object R of my rectangle class and have binded this R object to my interface reference variable. So now when I am executing this statement, the statement that will be printed is rectangle of circle is a.rec. That A is binded to the object of rectangle class. So the control will move over here. The value of 2.5 and 4.6 will be given to R and H, and the value that will be returned it will be equals to 2.5 into 4.6. So this is how you implement your interface.